Good evening, everyone. So I continue to see questions in the different groups about the easiest way to engrave the 40-ounce tumblers. They continue to get mixed results. So I figured I'd come on here and make this video of just how I do this. Bear with me. I'm no professional videographer. I always joke that I have a face for radio anyway. So generally I don't do very many videos, but I thought this would be helpful, and I truly believe that these groups can help make people enjoy what they're doing, and rather than get discouraged. And I like to do whatever I can to help. I've learned so much in the groups, and so it seems like everybody really helps out where they can. So I wanted to share how I do my tumblers. I hope it's helpful. There are a few things that you will need to do these the way I do it. So with that said, I'll get to those points and I'll point them out. Again, bear with me on video. I'm no professional, but I think the important part is you'll get the information. So without any of the special effects. So if you'll hang with me, I'll pick up my camera and pause and set things up and go through everything. So just bear with me. So a couple of things to note. I use the D1 Pro 20 watt. This method should work on any application for the tumblers, at least using a diode anyway. So I talked about a couple things you'll need. One is you'll need a riser for your RA2. This will allow you to adjust the angles easier. I got this from Embrace Making. The guy lives in Canada. I bought a couple things from him. He has been phenomenal with his customer support on some other things that I've purchased. But anyway, I recommend that. I don't even have it tightened down. I can adjust the angles because I don't need to tighten it down. I use the level adjuster here to help with the angles. So number one, you'll need that. So I've got this cup. It's already level, and I'll get to the reason why it's level. One other note. So on my D1, when you do tumblers, I have no nozzle, guard, air assist. None of that is needed when doing tumblers. I actually have my air assist pulled up out of the way in my enclosure. But none of that is needed when you're doing tumblers. Some will argue that you need it to keep your lens clean. Most of the things that come off of tumblers stay on the tumbler. So it's really not required. This will allow you to get the correct focus on your tumbler. Speaking of which, I've already removed the handle. You'll see the tabs. You'll see a lot of people saying you need to bend these to get them out of the way so you can get your focus correct. That's not a correct statement if you've removed the nozzle. To get correct focus with the tabs left up, you're gonna have to remove the nozzle. So that's another piece of the puzzle. So now the next thing you're gonna need, so I've got this cup level, is one of these fun tools. This is a digital angle gauge. I got this off of Amazon. It's made by Klein. There are several other brands. I got Klein because I know they're a good brand. I think I picked this up for like $26, $27. So I'll set it on the cup. I will zero it out for what the cup is currently. And the sweet spot that during my research online is 3 degrees. And 3 degrees will get the angle here at the end level with the opposite end. So we'll adjust this out to 3 degrees, and it may jump around just a little bit because as I rotate the adjuster up. So we'll get it to 3 degrees. Once you've got it to 3 degrees, you're good to go. You can take that off. And now you're ready to set the focus. So for me, I always set my focus about midway down in the transition from the wider part or thicker down to the narrow. This, based off of other people's experience, may not be the best. I will tell you it's worked phenomenally for me. So this is where I continue to focus it. After I've got the focus, of course, this is when it gets down to the machine you're using, the settings. Of course, for me, I think everyone that does seamless wraps, they will start here and have the design meet up behind the handle. But this is where it comes down to what machine you have, what brand of cups, everything else. I run every cup that I do except for blue and white on 80% power, 160 speed, 200 centimeters per line. That continues to get me good results. I've seen higher power faster. I've seen lower power, lower speeds. Whichever what comes to your machine that you found that gets the results, use those. But this will get you the good results from the transition from the big end to the small end. And I mentioned my results, so just here is a cup I did recently. It's for moms, wives, and nurses. As you can see, it's got a nice shiny result on the end. Has all the way up. It's nice and clean. And this was on this exact setup using the settings that I told you about. So again, I hope this video is helpful. Again, it's not professional. You probably were looking at things while I was trying to get things adjusted. But at the end of the day, I think it will be helpful for you to get the results that you want. I'm available if you want to send me a message, have some questions. I will be more than happy to do my best to answer them. And happy engraving. Have a good night.